What's going on, Herbanites? I thought we'd kick off 2015 with an intense workout targeting the lower body. And what screams intensity more than deadlifts followed by squats? And there's a few other exercises in this routine as well. Just make sure you pay attention to the routine card that's going to pop up in a second so you know how much you're supposed to do for each exercise and how long you're supposed to rest. Now, there were a couple questions I want to address for the holiday workout series that I posted in December. For those of you guys who didn't see it, I'll post a link to the entire playlist up here. It's 6 workouts, and it's actually a full program that you can do if you want to make it your current program for right now. It is a muscle gain program. The workouts were intended to get you in and out of the gym in 45 minutes or less, but that doesn't mean they're not intense workouts. They're super intense workouts with very little rest periods, and you can also combine them if you'd like to as well. I mean, the leg workouts took the longest. It took about 40 to 41 minutes to complete. There is an ab day in there, which you can combine with the other days if you would like. It's totally up to you. If you have questions, obviously, I'm here to answer them. So make sure you check that out. And for those of you who have been waiting to get back on the list for the lean muscle system that I offer, it's a full 30-day program. And it's not 30 days, you'll get shredded in 30 days. It's a 30-day workout program that you can repeat until you hit your desired results. Every single day is laid out for you as far as what you're supposed to do for each exercise, and the routine does change over the 4-week period. So the exercises are going to switch up. Also comes complete with a meal plan system that you can adapt to your lifestyle and your body type. And also, as you're making gains, gaining muscle and losing fat, you can utilize the meal plan system to adjust your macros to make sure you're maintaining that muscle and still losing fat while you're doing the program. If you want to check that out, click it right here. It's going to be available from now until the end of January 1st, so get on it while you can. So because we're doing a lot of work today, it's going to involve our lower back. We got the squats, we got the deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, etc. You want to make sure you warm up your lower back really good. So a really easy thing you can do is get down on the ground, do some alternating toe to hand touches, and then roll over, go on your stomach, and do some scorpions. Just go back and forth, do 2 sets of like 10 to 12 repetitions each, and then obviously it's a good idea to do a warm-up set with your first exercise too, and that's what I'm going to do with my deadlifts. I'm going to do a quick warm-up set before I get into my working sets. So the main thing I'm going for in the warm-up set, just get 8 repetitions, get nice and low, focus on my form. And one thing I've been doing lately too is I've been doing more of a wider stance. I used to go really close with my feet, and I'm finding that I'm actually generating more power. I'm able to actually sit much more by doing a wider, about shoulder width stance. So it's been helping me out on my warm-ups. We're going to start off this workout with 315 pounds. And on my first set, I just kind of did a stop and go kind of thing, or a touch and go reps. So all the way down, all the way up. But I decided that after watching this footage, I was going to change up the way I do my deadlifts for the next 4 sets. So you're going to see a slight difference with me stopping at the bottom and then repeating. I seem to be getting a lot more glute activation doing the pause in between every single rep, which is a good thing because your glutes are your biggest muscles in your body. So to be able to really activate them, especially on a deadlift, is best because it's going to get a lot of power and help you push through your hips. So the pausing between, can't lift as much as fast, but then again, who cares? We're just trying to, get the most power as possible out of our body. So that pause, more glute activation, I'm happy with that. Now on the last set, I bumped it up to 385 pounds. And as you guys can see too, for those of you who've paid attention to my earlier deadlifting videos, I usually have my feet about 2 to 3 inches closer together. What I've noticed is with my feet a little bit wider apart, I'm starting to be able to generate a bit more power, and it was also really helping me get my body to be more upright at the bottom. If you guys pay attention to the reps in the last 3 sets, I was able to get my chest up pretty high and still kind of sit into each and every repetition. Right here I'm actually suffering from a chest cramp. That's why I'm taking a pause. And it's okay to pause, guys. I mean, if your goal is to get 8 repetitions and you pause for 3 to 5 seconds and then get back into it, it's not a big deal. But like I said, my stance seems to change and still seems to vary a little bit. I haven't found that perfect deadlift stance that allows me to generate the most amount of power yet. But I feel like I'm definitely a lot closer now with having my feet a little bit farther apart, and this allowing me to thus keep my chest higher and really, you know, sag my shoulders down so that bar is not traveling as far. Still have neutral shoulders, they're not rolling forward, but they're able to sag just low enough, you know, every centimeter counts. Pretty good set for the last set. Starting to fatigue. We're starting to fail in those last few reps. I did chest and back yesterday. I actually did this routine if you guys want to check it out. For my chest, like right through the sides right here, it's like I was getting muscle spasms from straining my body, holding the bar, pulling it up. I guess you never really realize how much you involve your chest in your lift unless you have a fatigued chest before you go deadlift. It was a little different, but push through, get all 8 reps done, move on to the next exercise. Now, whenever I do squats, I always do a warm-up set, usually with 135 pounds. And what I like to do is get nice and low and kind of sit into the movement to make sure that my feet are in the right spot and give myself a feel of how the next sets are going to progress. So I go to the bottom, I'll stay down there for a second, kind of bounce around, make any adjustments I need, making sure that I'm keeping my chest up, my core tight. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not feeling too much of a butt wink going on. And I've actually widened my stance a little bit on my squats as well, kind of the same way I did for the deadlifts. So we'll start off these reps. Set 1, 225 pounds. Again, same stance, feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointed out slightly, and I'm really making sure that my knees are not collapsing in on these repetitions, and I'm trying my best to really mentally focus on what my back looks like on the way down and on the way up. And you can tell from this shot that I'm able to keep my chest up and have no butt wink. This is my slingshot. I wish I could attach this to my butt and have it do the work for me on this set. Moving on to set 3, 250 pounds. You guys notice I'm not bumping the weight up a lot. You know, we've already done deadlifts. We're taking only 60 to 90 second rest periods between all of these sets. So you're gonna be a little more fatigued than normal. You're not gonna be lifting super heavy as if you were taking a 2 to 3 minute break in between your sets. Set 4, 255 pounds. Every single set, guys, we're doing 8 repetitions. I'm just showing you a few reps from each set just so you can see the progression with the weight and how the form is as I move up and I add more weight. But set 5, 265, this is the last set of the squats. At this point, I'm feeling pretty fatigued. I got a lot more glute activation out of the deadlifts from doing those pause reps and making sure that I was sitting back and keeping my chest up. And with that, and now moving into squats, for those of you who have done heavy deadlifts first and then moved into squats, you will feel a bit fatigued, but that's good. That's what you want. That's what you want to feel. That's how you get stronger, by pushing your body past its limit when it's already tired. Now, for these repetitions, these reps are pretty good. I had to reset my breath and I had to reset my body, you know, for a few seconds after each one, especially towards the end here where I started to get really tired. I mean, the goal, as long as you're keeping the barbell on your back and you're not re-racking it, I mean, that's good. That's pushing your body past its limit. And you might feel like you're tired, but if you're able to hold the bar and just stand there for a second and catch your breath, you'd be surprised just how many reps you'll be able to squeeze out. Even when it feels like you can't do one more, you can usually get 2 or 3 when you're doing a working set. Knees are starting to cave in a little on those last few reps, but that's just the fatigue kicking in. Last set, rep was a little sloppy. Got them all done though, 8 repetitions. Let's move on to the last 2 exercises. For the last exercise, you're going to be supersetting the Jefferson Squat with a stiff leg deadlift, and I apologize because I ended up deleting all the footage of the next 3 sets. I was actually kind of irritated. I did my outro after I thought I was deleting bad outros, and I wasn't. Anyways, this is the first set. I ended up putting 25 pounds on the bar, so I was working with 185 for the next 3 sets. The first set for me, especially with the Jefferson Squat, it's more of getting my body to figure out the form. You want to make sure that your knees aren't passing your toes, and you want to make sure that you're able to go all the way down, all the way up, and keep your chest up, and make sure you're really targeting your quads. Now for the stiff leg deadlift, for this exercise, you want to keep your feet pretty close together, and the main goal here is you want to make sure that you're keeping your legs nice and stiff, and you can see how I'm pushing my butt backward. I'm really extending my butt back, keeping my legs straight, focusing and isolating the hamstrings, and also I'm letting my head follow my body. I'm not keeping my face up and putting any pressure into my spine. I'm keeping my face aligned with my chest, keep my chin tucked in on every single repetition. And if you need to on these, go nice and slow. Really feel those hamstrings rip and tear and finish up the workout strong. Hope you guys enjoyed the routine. It was actually a little more intense than I thought it was gonna be. Those deadlifts killed me, especially when I switched from doing just the go, go, go to the stop and go. It makes a huge difference, believe it or not. So if you're like me and when you deadlift, you do a lot of just hit the ground and go up, try pausing after each repetition. It will make a difference, and it made a huge difference when I segued from deadlifts going into squats. Obviously, when you squat, you gotta push your knees out, flex your glutes pretty hard on the way up, and use that hip drive to lift the weight. Glutes are on fire, made the squats even harder, and then I went to the next superset, and it was just done from there. But it felt really good. Legs are feeling nice and pumped right now. I feel like all the blood, every time I do legs and I watch the videos, like, you know, obviously I'll film myself doing an upper body workout like biceps or chest, and by the end of the workout, you know, I'm like, yeah, and I'm all jacked and my veins are popping, and then every time I do a leg workout and I watch the footage, I feel like my upper body just shrinks and shrivels down because all the blood's in my legs. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just something I noticed, and I wanted to share that with you guys. But anyways, if you enjoyed the workout routine, keep in mind, especially for the new Hermanites, I do put timestamps as well as all the information about the routine and how to perform it in the info section below. So at any point in time, when I come back to this routine, you don't want to have to just jump through the video. Open the info section, get all the information there, or click on the timestamps so you can be reminded of what the exercises are. And while you're down there, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like for more videos. And once again, for those of you interested in my lean muscle system, or if you want more information about it, click the link right here, subscribe to the email list, and the program's gonna be available until the end of January. And then once that's done, we'll be releasing the program again, probably in a few months. So jump on that. For more great tips, exercises, routines, and recipes, be sure to join us on scotthermanfitness.com. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.
Go.